Coach Chris and Coach Diego with Kaizen Jiu-Jitsu Academy. This is going to be the first video in our Jiu-Jitsu movement series. These videos are designed if you can't come to class because of injury or illness is keeping you away from class, or you want some additional training outside of class to improve yourself. These movements will help you with your Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm going to show you 5 movements based in Jiu-Jitsu, and then after those 5 movements, I'm going to work with Coach Diego here to show you how they apply to sparring. And then after that, I'm going to put those 5 movements together in a flow series for you. And we'll talk about how to use them in a workout capacity at the end of the video. So beginning our first technique, I'm going to be here in base on my knees, and I'm going to stand up. And as I stand up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up into a squat, one leg at a time. So I raise my first leg, and I post it out. And then my second leg, I kick my toes out, and then I bring it in, and I end up in this nice low squat, and I'm going to squat up, going straight up, not forward, but straight up. I'm going to go back down, place my hands on the mat, put my knees back, and I'm going to do the next side. One leg, kick the second one out, bring it in, nice low squat, and then come up. So that's our first movement, that's squatting one leg at a time. Then we're going to squat with a jump up. So I'm going to take my hands, fists into the floor, and in one explosive movement, I'm going to come into that squatting position. Now I'm going to go straight up. Back down, and then boom, straight up. And you can see how you can start getting pretty fast at this. Up, down. And now from the standing, I'm going to go into my third movement. It's going to be my pause squat. So what I'm going to do after I finish my series of those 2 squats, I'm going to be left standing. I'm going to squat down with my toes out, my knees wide, and I want to drop my butt as low as possible. And I want to hold this for a count of 5. And then I want to squat straight up, raise myself straight up. I'm going to squat down, hold myself for a count of 5. You can use your elbows to push your knees out here. This may be uncomfortable for you at first. I want you to try to find however wide your base needs to be to have your heels on the floor. Do not have your heels up. You have to find where your flexibility allows you to have your heels on the floor for a proper squat. And go up, and then back down and hold. And you should be able to get to where 5 seconds isn't very hard for you, and that's great. So after this, I'm going to go up, and now I'm going to do high leg hip rotation. So I'm going to rotate my hip up, point my toe up, and then rotate back, opening my hips. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Back and forth, raising and stepping back, rotating my hip each time. And that's exercise number 4 with the high leg hip rotation. And exercise number 5, I'm going to go back down to my squat. I'm going to pick a knee. In this case, I'm going to pick my right knee. I'm going to place it onto the ground. Now I'm going to back up so I'm still in camera frame. I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to place my elbow on the ground. And as I do that, I'm going to go high leg behind me, landing on my toes. And then I'm going to come back. Now this knee is up, so my left knee is now going to travel to the ground, raising my right knee off of the mat, elbow to the mat, and high leg. So this is the basic high leg movement. And we just work back and forth with the high leg movement. So how do all 5 of these movements apply in an actual sparring context? What I'm going to use Diego, and this is all going to be about passing the guard, the close guard. So I'm in Diego's close guard, and I want to stand to pass. I'm having a hard time breaking his guard from here, or I just prefer to stand to pass. So the first one that I'm going to do is the step up. So I'm going to lean to one side, and I'm going to bring that one leg up. Now what I want to do is I don't want to lean all the way forward to bring the second one up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick my leg out, step, and then drop into that pause squat right here. This pause squat is actually easier than doing it by yourself, okay? So now for this pause squat, what I want to do is I want to squat straight up. I don't want to lean forward. So I start coming up, straight up into the air, nice proud chest. Now from here, you'll see he immediately grabs my two legs. He's going to try to sweep me backwards. So what I do is I raise. I do that high leg movement and step out. I press down, drop my knee, hand goes behind his head for the high leg movement to pass. Now in reality, once I get here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot back one to make sure his elbow is out of play, and then I'll step over into the mount. The second way I can do this is with the hop. Hands on both lapels, driving my fist and below his ribs, and I'm going to hop up into my squat position. Now I'm going to squat, raise my body up. Now at this point in time, he's going to probably grab my legs. So when he grabs, I high leg out, drop one down, drop my knee, hand behind his head. I like to go hand underneath the leg as well. High leg, scoop, step over for the mount. So, putting those into a flow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of the squats, either step up or jump up. And to begin with, I'll do step up, one leg, two leg. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause here, hold, as if I'm holding him in guard, go straight up, high leg, come back down, drop my knee, hand under the head, high leg. Take this leg, scoop, step, back to my knees, and now I'm going to do the jump. Pause, come up, high leg out, come back down, drop the knee, elbow to the mat, high leg, scoop, step all the way over into mount. So, a good workout prescription here is to do each of the 5 techniques 10 times. Then do the flow 10 times. So I'm going to do the step up squat 10 times. I'm going to do the jump up squat 10 times. I'm going to do the high leg 10 times, the high leg hip rotation. I'm going to do the ground high leg 10 times. Oh, excuse me, I forgot the pause squat. So it'll be step up squat, jump up squat, pause squat, high leg standing, high leg on the ground passing. Each one of those 10 times. And then I'm going to do the flow 10 times, where I pick either the jump up or the step up, go into a pause, raise yourself up, do the high leg ground. Do that 10 times. So if after that you have a lot of energy, you could do this as many round rotations as you wanted. If you do a 3-round rotation, it's probably going to be a good little workout, probably take you about 15 minutes or so. But at least do it one way all the way through. And there's going to be more movements coming and more movement series videos coming in the near future. So we look forward to seeing you then.